All right, Saberland, welcome to MKSabers. This is probably one of my most complicated builds. This is for Jarrod. So Jarrod, this is your reveal video. And so here we are, we've got a Roman's Graflex Replica. And it's configured for The Force Awakens here. What all of you are gonna get a kick out of this is I think this is the second finished Mentor, Goth 3D Mentor chassis that I've seen in the wild. So kind of going around, you know, the Roman's Replica Flash is very, very well set up. I've actually upgraded the translucent card here for you because the one that comes with it, I don't really like it that much. And so you asked for a 1-inch blade on this one. So there's a MKSabers 1-inch blade holder in there, okay? The shaved down brass ring on the blade retention. And we'll go through some of the features. The retention screw, the shine through glass eye is also your blade retention. And so it has a 3D printed part in there to hold the blade in. All right, so if you tighten that down, it doesn't have to be very tight. Also, a word of caution, this is definitely not a dueling saber because of the weight of all the printed metals and everything, and I do not recommend dueling with this, but man, is it a beautiful lightsaber. I've sanded down the nibs a little bit in there so it better fit the 1-inch blade. And so let's get to it. Let's get to seeing the Mentor. So what you can do is, loosen the clamp, which is going to loosen the clamp there. Twist it, wiggle it out, and here we go. Look at that. Just beautiful. Just beautiful. This is the variant 1, which has the rotating crystal chamber. Oop. One of the things I've noticed is that the neodymium magnets, got to be really careful with them. This is a reveal, so the neodymium magnets will reveal the Crystal Focus 9. It is running 7.4 volts. And so some of the things on here is power switch, that's your on-off switch. Other side is your 7.4 volt charger, and I'll include the charger with this as well. Activation switch, functional aux switch, and Crystal Focus 9. This does have, I'm going to do a full removal of the core, but because this is a Mentor chassis, she does come apart to do a reveal. It's just beautiful. Just beautiful. So if we switch it on, get my fingers in here. This part is on. So accent LEDs, see them over here. Activation. The rotating crystal chamber. Shine through glass eye. Now you ask for blue, blue, white. So it's a blue, blue main tri-cree with white flash on clash. Let's see if I can get the flash on clash. There we go. Lock up. Blaster block. Just wonderful. But like I say, it's the Goth Mentor chassis, 7.4 volt crystal focus. Just a beautiful saber. Just a beautiful saber. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to do a full core reveal. So to do a full core reveal, you're going to loosen the main activation, okay, until it's threaded most of the way out. You're going to remove the glass eye. Okay, so you're going to remove the glass eye. If you want to, you can dump out the blade plug. Shake it out here. Come on, blade plug. There we go. So you got a 1-inch blade plug. And then you're going to have to use a screwdriver and remove that screw right here. I'm going to do this off camera so I don't scratch your hilt. You remove this top screw, oh so very carefully, and do a little bit of wiggling, and I made it to where you can do a full core reveal. So you can pull the entire core out of the chassis so you can do a full reveal. Why? Because there's this beautiful arc reactor at the top. There it is, it just lit up there. I got it in a nice blinking sequence. And if you want to show people that with it all lit up, you really can't see it inside the hilt, but you can see it here. You opted for a polished finish, so I polished everything nicely. The steel here doesn't come shiny like this, so that's all been polished. Brass tubes and things. And with a full core reveal, you can still go. And actually what I can do, put in the test blade. There we go. Just beautiful. Let's see if we can get this here. Maybe even just put it down here. And so there you go. Putting it together is the same. Wiggle it back in there, obviously with the blade off of it. Maybe I can get this a little focus better. And full core Graflex reveal, Romans replica flash with a Goth Mentor chassis, crystal focus 9, 7.4 volt, rotating crystal chassis. I did install an RGB, and here's a bonus. Depending on the colors you choose for the crystal, will change the speed at which the crystal rotates here. Let's see if I can do this with one hand here. So when the color goes, I even have a couple fonts here where the colors of the crystal are like red, and so I have those to where the crystal chamber actually stops rotating for the red. So here now it's going really nice and slow. Going nice and slow for this one. I think when I start getting into the reds, it goes super slow. Yeah, there we go. This is like a purplish. As soon as I add red, it wants to stop. And that's by design. And so I have it to where it's selectable. There we go. And now we're starting to get into purples and reds. And there's a really cool thing that's going on. So like the reds, by design, I have it, the rotating crystal shut off. The motor is actually pretty quiet. You can't hear it inside the hilt over the humming sounds. So if for some reason you don't want your crystal chamber to rotate all the time, I have no idea what kind of drain that's going to have on the battery. But if you don't want it to rotate, you just choose the red colors. What I've done is I've connected that rotating crystal feature to your second blue LED. So the brighter you have your second blue, the faster it's going to rotate. The dimmer you have your second blue channel, the slower it's going to rotate. So this is actually with just a single blue LED on, which is still plenty bright, if you ask me. But when you turn on both blues, that's when the crystal chamber starts rotating. So that's kind of how I did it. I did it to the channel. And another cool feature here, you requested a blue arc. The arc reactor is always blue, whereas the crystal chambers are RGB. It doesn't come up, it doesn't show up too well on camera, but there's some light interference right here between the blue arc reactor and the red LED. So you get this beautiful, it doesn't show up here on the camera here. You get this beautiful transition with this top crystal where it's deep red on the bottom, it's red on the bottom here, and then it goes to like a purplish blue, and then the tip of the crystal here is actually blue because the arc reactor is shining down into the crystal. So it's just a wonderful additional feature that I just didn't expect. And I don't know if we can get any close-ups of here maybe to see if that's gonna work. I don't know if that's gonna show very well. But like I said, by design, I made it to where you can have a couple light colors, and as soon as you kind of go into the yellows, and I turn that second channel back on, it starts rotating. And you can mess around with the speeds by just messing around with that second blue channel, by changing the volts going to that. And so as you get to like the greens, it speeds up a little bit more. I kind of like the greens right there. And again, right here, it's not going to pick up on the camera very well, but there's like a transition from like green to blue up here. It's just beautiful. So full crystal reveal, full what do I want to say? Full core removal, and just a beautiful lightsaber. Just beautiful. It's one of those that I'd love to keep, but I can't because it's yours, Jarrod. So, gosh, I hope you're happy with this. I know you're going to be happy with this because you have probably one of the very few finished Goth Mentor chassis out there in the wild right now. So it's just beautiful. I'm going to leave it here so you can just bask in its glory. And thank you for taking the time to use MKSabers. Thank you for being patient with me as I figured out this build. And I think you're going to be really happy with it. And as always, may the Force be with you.